No more war. That is what we are fighting for. Shout out to Thor News. That is a song that he sings anyway on his channel. So someone let me know if that's actually a real song. Anyway, yeah, shout out Thor News. Got to give him his credit. Copyright, whatever. Anyway, so welcome back, guys, to another Josh video. We are looking at the 12Z run of the GFS model on Tropical Tidbits. And this video is going to be about why I think the Arizona Monsoon is going to be a bust this year. Now, let me give you a little bit of a backstory, a little bit of a past thing, and basically what happened with the last monsoon. Basically, the last monsoon was horrible. It was horrible for Phoenix Metro anyway. It was horrible for the gauge area where they take the measurements. Where they take, you know, the rainfall measurements. You know, I think it's like the Sky Harbor, Phoenix International Sky Harbor Airport. But yeah, it was. I think we got like measured 0.66. Okay, where I live, we measured like 2 inches maybe. I don't know, but it was a quick 2 inches because. Well, I'm not going to get into that. Basically, it was a bad year. But here's the catch. I saw it coming out. I saw it coming for months. I was sitting in Flagstaff in 2018 of about June. Probably about June. It was either the beginning of June, around June 7th, or the last 2/4 or the last quadrant of June, which is about June 25th. It was one of those areas. And I was sitting in Flagstaff, looking at the mountains, and I just heard one of the YouTube. I heard one of the people I follow on YouTube saying that how there's going to be an El Nino. Now imagine this is back in 2018 June. Now we had a good El Nino come through. I think it was like, you know, 2019 spring all the way up until basically now. Like just a month ago, we just jumped off of the warm phase of Enzo, and it's just now starting to tumble down. But I mean, basically back then I called it. I was like, you know what, yeah, this monsoon in 2018, I was like, this monsoon's going to be all right in 2018. I said that, but I said, but next year's monsoon's going to suck the rocks. And what did it do? It sucked the rocks. I could have made a video about it in June 2018, why the Arizona 2019 monsoon's going to suck. I could have made that video and I'd been spot on. I'd been like, if I got more views, I would have been probably like known as the guy that got a whole season jump right. That's usually don't do that. I don't care who you are. I mean, you know, if you're the professionals, maybe, but you know, now I'm not trying to boast on myself or anything. Well, look at that snow right there. That's for June. I mean, like, come on. Anyway, like really, I'm gonna just zoom up on that for right now. But yeah, so that's how I felt last year. Or, well, that year, rather. And unfortunately, my thought on that was right. Now, who wouldn't have known that? You know, I'm not trying to be cocky. It's an El Nino. El Ninos kill Arizona monsoons. Now, this year is interesting because we're just jumping off of an El Nino. I mean, they said we went into neutral, you know, I think in November of like 2019. That's when we finally crossed back into neutral, but if you check, let me do something here. If you check the Enzo 2020 chart, okay, and you look at what happened. I'm going to show you a few of these charts just to show you exactly what I'm thinking for this monsoon, Arizona 2020 monsoon. That's what this is about, but if you did not get that, this is what I'm thinking right here. Right here. Let's see if I can scroll. So this is how it's kind of trending right now. Oops. So you got that right there as of May 23rd. That negative 0.5 right there showing up. And then you have that near the coast, so we'll see what that starts to do. Look at that heat in the Gulf. But yeah, here it's trying to trend towards the right is where you have 100 west, I think it was longitude, 100 west longitude, 80 west longitude, 120 west. So, and then dateline is at 180, I believe. So here on this side we're getting cooler, and West Pacific we're getting warmer. Here you can see that a lot of these are trending which way? Down. Down. I mean, this one, the Nino 4 and the Nino 1+2 is a little less, but this one's getting warmer though. It's probably going to be the warmest, even in a La Nina. It'll still be cool, but it'll still be the warmest, even in a La Nina, because it's furthest to the west. This one is the one that we would expect to be kind of below that line, and this one as well. And well, this one for heaven's sake, but yeah. So yeah, so basically what I want to show you though, and here's the average change, I guess. Anomaly. It's the average SST anomaly. Here's how it's been changing. Now this isn't really part of my point, because usually La Nina summers, which this one is like hardly going to be, are good for monsoons. But I'm going to show you why I think it's going to come crashing down before our very eyes, which is what I hoped wouldn't have happened. I'll show you this real quick. This is just a lot of other stuff. So here it is. Here it is. So here we've been. Now, let me see my months here. So here it is over in December, January, February, March, April. We had a La Nina in 2018. Okay? And I'm saying that I was sitting sometime in June. So it's May, June, July, August. Sometime sitting in Sedona, Flagstaff, wherever up north, Arizona. And that's what the Enzo was doing. Now, granted, this is when supposedly our El Nino started over here for that 2019 El Nino, but this is where we're really focusing right here. And what are we doing? It's coming off of not the strongest La Nina. Well, 0.9 is actually pretty good. So it's coming off of fair La Nina into the summer monsoon here. And then here we go. Boom, boom, boom. All that red right there from San, which is September, October, November, all the way to MJJ of 2019. And then that was our monsoon right there from about 0.5 to 0.1, 0.3 maybe. And it sucked the rocks because it was too La Nina. Now, what do you notice? Most decent monsoon seasons have come when there's no El Nino or there's good La Nina. Okay? So, I'm going to show you this. 2008 monsoon, I remember. 2008 monsoon was decent. It was what it was. What is 2008? Yeah. Now, 2009 sucked. What was summer of 2009? Yep. 2010 was alright. But what was the main summer? 2010 was like in the middle, but it was still alright. It was still good. I remember some things. 2011. Now, 2012 was the only time that I could say that was weird. But I think it was maybe because there was not enough tropical activity, so it was just such a lull. I don't know, but we had a huge dust storm in those years, 2011, 2012, and that was cool. And 2014 was one of our wettest years. 2013, I forget. I think it was an okay year, yeah. And so you didn't have any El Nino to start the year. Now, it's down over here, yes, but still. Now, 2015, I almost didn't think we were going to get any rain at one point. Look at that, El Nino. 2016, okay, we start off with El Nino, but we jumped into a freaking La Nina pretty well. Now, I can't really remember exactly what happened in 2016. It might have been alright. Now, 2017, this is the only place where I find a flaw in my thought, because 2017 wasn't the best, but there's no El Nino, so I will concede that. But then 2018, though, still technically has followed lots of neutrals plus La Nina, which was a decent year. But then you see El Nino jump big in 2019, ending of 2018. Boom. And then there's our little monsoon trapped in between all that red. So on average, it seems like El Nino kills monsoons. And now you see where we're at here. We jumped off. When this El Nino was here, they told us that it was November, October in that area, and that's San and And. See that? that's when we were supposed to go neutral. So we went neutral. We went neutral like at the end of summer, actually, supposedly. But then all of a sudden, what happened? We jumped right back into it somehow, and ended all the way over at February, March, April. And that doesn't make me feel good for what this monsoon's going to be. Now we'll see what these boxes start to fill in, but I just don't feel like that. I feel like it's going to be a little too little, too late. Now we'll see. But now I want to show you something else. So this is why I think that the monsoon is going to be, unfortunately, a bust. Okay. So let's look at. This is for June, July, August. Let's look at June's forecast. Okay. So you have heat. That's good, you'd think, right? And then you have equal chances. So that's not the worst thing, because you don't want a lot of snow in Colorado and all up in that Four Corners area. Okay. So June seems like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, June's all right. Well, June, July, August. Wow, people are really fighting on the road. June, July, August. What do you got? Oof, man. Sorry. It's not. Here's what you have. June, July, August. You're telling me that it's gonna be dry up there. We'll see how that goes, because all I'm seeing is a Rex block pattern, and what a Rex block pattern does is it keeps lots of dryness up here, but it takes the jet stream and it brings it down, and that's all I'm seeing happening. The jet stream's supposed to be way up here in the summertime in Canada, but I'm seeing this thing right here, this B. I'm seeing this being an issue in bringing the jet stream continuously down into the southwest, which I feel like will stop the subtropical high. And let's just take a lesson right now. The subtropical high is something that comes out of Mexico every summer. It's a high pressure zone. It's like a mega monster high pressure zone, and it sets up right on that little T on the Four Corners, and it spins clockwise, brings up moisture from Mexico, Baja, and sometimes the Gulf. And it's helped along by a thermal low, which sits right at basically Mexicali right there, if that makes sense, Mexicali. And they both pump in moisture. Now, that can't happen really that well if we have the jet stream being pushed down by this Rex block down here. So that's why I feel that could get in the way. Now let's keep looking at our months here. This is June, July, August. This is July, August, September. And you thought it couldn't get worse with that dryness? Well, look, now the northeast corner of Arizona is dry. So you're telling me that's going to be in the monsoon? I don't think so. Now this is August, September, October. Now you're really looking at August and the beginning of September to mid-September when you look at things like this, because October is not really a big factor, but we'll see. So you're telling me that it's going to be dry up there like that? Did I even click the right one? Dang it. Hold up. You're telling me that much of Arizona is going to be dry in August and September in northern Arizona. And then if we wanted to go like the last possible one, September, October, November. That much of Arizona is going to be dry in September? So that means a really bad ending, first off. And a lot of times we depend on our endings. Now, it's going to be a La Nina, so NOAA's just trying to trend towards La Nina. So, I'm just saying, that's weird to me. To me, that's weird. Now, here's what you have coming these next few days. Here's a 6 to 10 day outlook. Guess what it's doing, 6 to 10 day outlook? What is that? And remember we saw that snow up there on that run of the GFS I showed you? What is this? What's going on? You know what I mean? We shouldn't be getting wet this time of year. And the reason why this is a big issue is because we want that high pressure to be able to come to a place that's dry and it wants to set up. That's where high pressures like to be. Where it's been dry, there's not a lot of snow-packed mountains and waterlogged lakes and everything. You know what I mean? But we've got rain. And now you see, below average up here. Now, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that doesn't spread down, because that's what was happening last time this year. That's why our monsoon sucked last year. But look, still got rain. You still got rain. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. The 6 to 10 day has me tripping, because I'll be danged if Phoenix, Arizona gonna get a rainstorm June 3rd. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you. Look at that. Phoenix, Arizona be about right. I'm going to back up right there in the middle. So I'll be danged if we gonna get a rainstorm. Now I'm gonna show you one thing here. So here is all of the years of Enzo. Now they say that 1984 was the best monsoon Arizona's ever had. Tell me what Enzo? What was the Enzo in that year? Mostly La Nina. Okay, they say that 1924 was one of the worst. You can't find 1924, but look. Unfortunately, look at 2009. That was a pretty rough one. That's all El Nino right there. Okay. 2019. May I continue? You have that El Nino up in there. Now you have to look where these numbers are, these years, because it's saying the back ends. So here's the back end of 18, beginning of 19. That's when we think we're gonna jump off El Nino, but nope. Here we are again, and here's our monsoon back here or wherever, or it's gonna be actually continuing once we make another bar. Basically, guys, I think that El Nino is gonna get in the way of things, and it's just not gonna be a good monsoon, basically. So yeah, maybe I didn't make a clear point. Basically, I just feel like El Nino is just gonna keep things a little too cool and unseasonable. But we'll see. I'll keep you updated on what the monsoon does. Anyway, guys, hopefully you got something out of this video. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Thanks, guys, and have a good day.